Hello and welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 76. And in this episode, I want to talk to you about the identity of a profitable wellness expert. Now, as the name of the podcast, everything that I talk about on this podcast and the guests that I interview help you to understand and embody that identity. But let's double down on that conversation in this episode. And I hope that you leave this episode feeling really connected or reconnected to your purpose, feeling a big, fat, giant permission slip to be successful doing this work. And as I like to frame it, doing life-changing work and also giving yourself permission to make life-changing money as well. And really thinking about giving yourself permission to think about what life-changing money means for you. Does it mean that you get to do this work in a sustainable way that you enjoy? Does it mean that you get to spend more time with family and friends, pick up your kids, go on holidays, buy beautiful gifts and be generous with people who you love, give to causes that you support, to continually invest in your own personal and professional development? What does life-changing money mean for you as a profitable wellness expert? Now, being a wellness expert, by virtue of that word itself, expert, sometimes suggests for my ideal client that it's somewhere off in the future, that eventually you will become an expert. And anyone that I've ever interviewed on this podcast who is highly renowned or recognized in their field acknowledges that they are never really at expert status. It's a continuum. And so I believe that the sooner that you embrace that title as an expert, the more you get to enjoy and accept that you'll be continually advancing your expertise. So a wellness expert, as you give that label to yourself today, wherever you are on the journey, whether you're just starting out or whether you plan to do this for the next 30, 40 years of your life, you need to start to affirm in your mind that you are good at what you do, that you get great results for your clients, that you are equipped and skilled and knowledgeable in your field of expertise to the extent that you can provide transformational experience for your clients. And the more that you can affirm those beliefs, the beliefs in your mind, the easier everything about business becomes, the easier selling becomes, the easier marketing becomes, because all of that message and conversation, power of conversation, which is really where we do selling, comes from a place of confidence and belief in yourself. Now, it is very, very, very normal to experience some level of inferiority or worry that you are not as good as somebody else who's further ahead of you on this journey. In fact, I'm reading an amazing book right now. It's called The Courage to Be Disliked, and I highly recommend it. And in one particular part, it talks about, feelings of inferiority and why they are so normal. And the fact that most of us are born feeling, limitless. But we are also born with complete dependency on the people around us. And as we grow and develop ambition and a desire to improve, which is natural human behavior, we are always going to feel like we are maybe not quite at the stage that we'd like to be at. We are not as, advanced as somebody else in our world or in our competitive field. There's always going to be opportunity to continually improve and get better over time. And so what this particular chapter in the book affirms is that it is normal to carry feelings of inferiority because they are what translate into drive and ambition. So the sooner that you can normalize those feelings, knowing that every expert experiences some level of imposter syndrome or worry that they are not the best at what they do, the sooner you will be able to focus on just getting better and better at what you do and embracing that journey of growth. So the identity of a wellness expert is someone who believes in the value of what they do, believes that they are allowed to make money doing that work, and there may be some underlying or unconscious beliefs around that for you that you get to work on and you get to evolve. And the best way to do that is simply through showing up and taking action. Now, let's talk about the importance of mindset work versus strategic work. Now, there's a big emphasis in the coaching industry on mindset work, and I love mindset work. I've done a lot of mindset work over the years. I've worked with my clients on mindset. And actually, the thing that has catapulted the businesses of the clients that I've worked with over and above mindset work is really understanding the rules of business. Understanding the strategies that are going to enable you to get clients, to build a brand, to build magnetic offers that people want to buy from you, learning how to validate offers, knowing that people want and need to buy them, learning how to understand pricing, learning how to track and measure the performance of your business, whether that's measuring your expenses and tracking your revenue, understanding how profit works in your business and what you can pay yourself. All of these things, and to varying degrees, they will sound familiar or they will sound daunting, and that's okay. But the most powerful way to get over any blocks that you have about being allowed to, make money and do work that you love come fundamentally through this catalyst of taking action and learning how to run a business. Nothing teaches you the mindset of a successful, profitable wellness expert better than taking strategic action and learning how to run a business. Nothing teaches you how to have belief and conviction in your ability to make money more than learning how to actually get clients. So a profitable wellness expert is someone who understands the rules of business, understands how to create a leveraged business, understands how to market and sell offers that people want to buy. And it's one thing to be very good at what you do, and that's obviously an important part of being a wellness expert, but what makes you a profitable wellness expert is stepping into this identity of being a confident business owner, being confident wearing that hat. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, I'm someone who understands how to sell, how to market, how to tell stories. If you listen to my last episode, it was all about the power of storytelling. If you are prioritizing learning these skills over and above mindset development, you will get the benefit of both. You will develop your mindset and you'll be learning about strategic inputs that are ultimately going to help you to grow your business in a profitable way. Now, like I said, I'm calling time on the belief that you aren't allowed to do this work helping people with their health and well-being and also make money. You absolutely are. And my job is with this podcast and with my client communities and with my coaching offers is to show you that that is, of course, possible. And I do this by teaching you the strategies, and they are nuanced strategies. There are specific strategies that work for wellness experts in a way that do not work for a graphic designer or an accountant or an engineer or an electrician. Other service-based businesses require different marketing strategies and messaging strategies. And the nuance to the way that I teach clients is that you need to understand the specific strategies that are A, right for your business, and be right for where you are right now. Because I've said it before on this podcast, but the right strategy at the wrong time is actually the wrong strategy. So learning and embodying this identity of the profitable wellness expert is about learning how to apply the right strategies to your business at the right time. You do not need to learn how to convince someone to buy from you. You do need to be confident in what you do and allow that confidence to shine through in the way that you talk about your work. Talking about it as if it were a no-brainer for the person who has the symptoms that you can solve to invest in you. Talking about it in a way that almost reeks with confidence and even a little bit of arrogance. And arrogance in business is a healthy thing. Knowing and being able to communicate that you are fantastic at what you do is key to attracting people who are ready to take action. They will sense that confidence. They will sense that ability that you have to help. They will sense it in the way that you tell stories, in the way that you connect with their emotional state, both in where they are right now and where they want to be. And that's that power of storytelling. And they will also sense that confidence in the way that you show up in your life, being and expecting nothing less than your own standard of achievement and ambition. And, the clients that I love working with are the ones that decide that it is a non-negotiable for them to build a successful business in this space. And that's really the last part of this identity, is really being able to decide within yourself. And I want you to really listen closely to this because it could be the thing that changes everything for you. It's adopting a mindset. It is deciding that you are going to do this work whether or not anyone comes along for the journey with you. Now, that's not to say that we don't want people coming along for the journey with you. Of course, you need clients and you want clients and you are going to fundamentally be selling what you do. But that decision that you make today to go on the journey, to learn how to run a profitable business, to show up sharing your expertise and your knowledge and your toolkit, regardless of who does or doesn't come on the journey with you, is such a critical moment in time. It's a decision that will ultimately influence everything that you do, because in the moments when things are going well, you'll continue. In the moments when things aren't going well, or there's a struggle, or it is hard, and it will get hard if it's not hard already, it will get hard and it will continue to be difficult. Along the journey of building a successful business, there will be moments when you want to give up. There'll be moments when nothing's working. There'll be moments when something that was working is no longer working anymore. And this attitude of, I'm doing this, and if you want to come with me, come on the journey, that energy radiates out through all of your messaging and your content. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want. This is the change I want to create. This is the way I want to transform lives. And if you're wondering whether you've landed on the right niche, the right profitable niche, the right message in your business, then reflect on it through that lens. Would you do this work regardless of whether anyone came along on the journey and paid you for it? Because when you can get into that mindset, and you can understand how to implement the strategies, and knowing that when you implement those strategies, they don't always work straight away. They don't always produce a result straight away. In fact, most of the first few years of your business is doing things that feel clunky or aren't getting traction or don't feel like momentum is building. I describe it often with my clients as being, a simmering pot of water, and you're just waiting for things to boil over. And most people give up at that point. And one of the reasons that people often give up is because they're not attached enough to the vision. They do not have that mind frame that I just described of, I'm doing this anyway. I'm going on the journey anyway. And if you want to come along, amazing. And when you can have sales conversations with potential clients from that perspective, everything will change in terms of your ability to convert people. You will not have a sense of desperation. You will not have a need for clients. You'll have a desire for clients, and that changes everything. I'd love for you to reflect on this. Are you in that mindset, or are you wavering? Are you stuck in the fear of feeling inferior, or are you embracing it to help you to drive your ambition forward? Success is possible for you. I have clients every day across nutrition therapy, movement and more, who are generating 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K a month. I have clients who have $500,000, $750,000 of revenue each year in their business. It is possible for you to build an extremely lucrative business in this space. It is also possible for you to make good money working around a family or working around other priorities. 5, 10K months is a fantastic outcome for a wellness expert. Your earning potential in this industry is exponential. And I'm excited about helping you to realize that. And it starts with, you really seeing yourself as the profitable wellness expert, you really embodying that identity and giving yourself permission to learn to build a profitable business as well. And through those strategies, continually affirming what is possible, continually realizing those possibilities, and just going on the journey, knowing that you're going to get better and better and better. And this is going to get easier as you go along. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be easy, but it can be simple, and I'm here to show you how. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've loved sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care.